other race is getting the benefit from our dollars and building economic wealth for their communities at our expense. Those days are over. We are taking that $1.5 trillion.
So if any of y'all have never noticed, industries like hotels, motels, corner stores, and tire shops are owned mostly and ran mostly by Arabs. But the thing that I notice every time I go into each of these establishments, they always have older black men in these subservient roles running around like chickens with their head cut off, serving their business and serving them. And every time I would see this, it would never sit well in my spirit. I would tell myself, damn, this giving me slave vibes right here. But in actuality, that's what it is. It's way deeper than surface level. So then you got to ask yourself, how is it that one group of people who are not from this country can come here and gain more resources and more assets than the people who are the descendants of the slaves that built this country on their backs? You got to make that make sense. I'm honestly starting to think that we're going to become a permanent underclass if we aren't one already. Because how is it that we are the majority in most of our cities, but we own nothing in the cities that we live in? We have to. It is important. We got to start practicing group economics. This is the only way we are going to ever catch up or ever have any power or resources in this country. We got to stop letting white mommy and white daddy doing all the lifting, and we got to stop letting Arab people make all the money while we sit back and play all day. We got to stop mass promoting to black people that the only way that you can amass wealth in this country is by producing sweat by means of running up and down the field, running up and down the court, or running around the stage. And while we doing that, running around producing sweat, every other culture is making money off of us. We got to start owning things, as simple as that. I don't care what none of these fake entrepreneurship gurus that told you this, and I feel like they low-key been put into the black community to keep us from acquiring ownership, telling us to own nothing and control everything. No, we need to own things in this country, because when you don't own anything, you don't control anything. If we come together and do for self and practice group economics, we can actually have wealth and power in this country, and we will no longer be the tail and we will become the head.
A lot of these Arabs be setting up in the African American communities, y'all, and they be scamming our people, especially our elderly people who don't know no better, who don't have transportation, who have to walk to these stores. These people literally be changing their prices, y'all, like it ain't nothing. It's literally tripled in some cases. Now, I shop at a chicken mart here in the city of New Orleans, and more recently I've started seeing different price changes, stuff that I have been getting for a while. And I know the economy is going up, but like one day I'll go in there and it'll be one price, the next day I'll go in there and it'll be another price, and it'll fluctuate. So I just can't imagine the elderly people that's going to these Arab stores, these gas stations, these chicken marts, whatever type of establishment they have set up in the impoverished communities. They price gouging big time, and I feel like the government, somebody needs to look into it, because the price gouging is unmatched. Now I get it, it's their store, they can do what they want. People should put themselves in better positions to not have to shop in those stores, but they do have deals, like fucking case of chicken, probably like $40. You know what I'm saying? So they have deals on certain stuff. But if you are going and you are you have elderly family members that go, I'm telling y'all, these people are so bad with this price gouging. Just saying.
Welcome back. For too long, other groups have profited heavily from the spending habits of the black community. They take that money, reinvest into their own families, their own businesses, and their own communities, while the people fueling that success are left with little to no return. The power of the black dollar is finally becoming a serious conversation across social media. More and more black Americans are speaking about how much money the community spends and how little of it actually stays within. A few videos have been pulled together of black Americans talking about these issues, the frustration, the need for change, and the urgency for unity, for black people to come together, set up their own businesses, and start supporting their own. But before we continue, credit goes to all creators of the clips you're about to see in this reaction video. Let's roll the clips and I'll be back to share my thoughts.
So let me teach you something that should shake every one of us. The black dollar, our hard-earned money, it leaves our community in just 6 hours. That's 6 hours, y'all. That means by the time you've gone to get your morning coffee to dinner, your dollar has already disappeared into someone else's hands. Now let's compare that to other groups, like in Latino communities. The dollar will circulate about 6 days. In Jewish communities, it lasts about 20 days. And then in Asian communities, the dollar can last up to a month, 28 days before it leaves. So you see the difference? That's the gap between wealth and staying broke. So why does this happen? Because most of the businesses in our neighborhoods aren't owned by us. We spend, but we don't see it come back in the form of jobs or ownership or investment. So when other groups spend, they're buying from each other, right? They're paying each other. They're building each other up. This doesn't happen by accident, y'all. It's the legacy of segregation, redlining, and deliberate policies that kept us from owning land in banks and major businesses. But the truth is, they couldn't stop our spending power. We still got 1.7 trillion every year. The problem is we just don't keep it. Imagine if we did. Imagine if instead of 6 hours, we circulated our money for a week. That would mean that more black businesses would be hiring more black workers, more black homeowners, more black wealth passed down to next generation. So family, we don't lack money. We lack circulation. And the minute that we change that, we change the game.
My goal is to always keep the dollar in our community. I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried that since my regular waxer wasn't there, I didn't know who she was gonna, set me up with. And, I did not want to be dealing with some clueless, MAGA hat wearing knucklehead. I'll just put it like that. And so when I saw her, I was like, ooh, I couldn't tell if she was Hispanic or if she was black or biracial. I couldn't tell. But then our conversation started and it was great. And I found out quickly what she was. It was a match made in heaven. Is to always keep the dollar in our community. That is my number one goal. And so while I can't do that with everything, I do that with as much as I can. And when it comes to services, that is what I really try hard to do. I want to keep the dollar circulating in our community. And to do that is to give that money to people who look like me. So that will always be my number one goal. Far too many people who look like this do it without even thinking about it. So don't get mad at me because I put thought into the fact that I'm doing that.
Child, y'all better pay attention to what's happening right now. Cracker Barrel, struggling. Target, struggling. Hospitals, shutting down. Why? Because the white dollar by itself won't keep these companies afloat. And while they play DEI, baby, they need our talent, ingenuity, and brilliance. And when black folks start pulling back their talent, their time, child, struggling. And we already seen what happened to Target. And when we start pulling our money back, baby, they gonna find out. See, what some white folks don't understand is this. Black people are a gift. Our ingenuity, our creativity, our brilliance. It's been the lifeline of this country. We've poured into it, even when this country gave us nothing in return. And let's not forget our buying power. Our buying power hit over $1.7 trillion in 2023. Baby, that's not pocket change. That's why we see these corporations chase us when they need us. But the second they're done, baby, they toss us to the side. And that's why I don't care if Cracker Barrel puts a poster of Barack Obama up. Baby, I'm still not eating there. And I don't care if Carnival Cruises comes crawling back talking about we love diversity. I see the game. I won't be back. And Target, let me be real clear. The last time I stepped foot in that store was the last time. Period. Y'all don't get to play in our faces. Use us when it's convenient, then toss us aside. Not anymore. Because above all, this country understands the dollar sign. And it's time we start reserving ours for us. That's why I keep saying Black love, Black unity, Black strategy, Black community. Because, baby, we need to build our own infrastructures from soup to nuts so we won't be out here begging for a seat at their table anymore. Baby, those days are over. So if that resonates with you, join the movement. Baby, everybody won't get it. And that's fine. But those that do, we're still building. So drink your water. Stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable. And mind your Black business.
The Black spending dollar in America is $1.8 trillion annually. you won't be getting our money anymore. So my people, I would suggest we all spend our dollar within our community and make ourselves rich. Stop building other people's dreams and let's build our own. Okay? That is what our ancestors have fought and died for, and I'm riding on it. We are in our villain era. Don't ask us to protest for anything. Don't call us to do anything. Don't beg us to show up or sign a petition. We ain't doing it. It ain't our problem now. This is y'all's. You got this, Pookie. You got this.
In the Asian community, their dollar circulates in their community before it leaves out to other people for a month. In the Jewish community, their dollar circulates for 20 days before it leaves out to other people. In the white community, it circulates for 17 days before it leaves out to another community. In the black community, our dollar circulates for 6 hours. It doesn't even see a full day before it leaves our community into other people's community. We are the people who need these dollars the most. We are the biggest consumers, so our dollars are consistently leaving our community, and therefore we have absolutely no economic wealth and no generational wealth. This is the type of thing that we need to focus on.
Y'all know what the real power is? It's in how we spend. Every single black dollar is more than just money. It's a whole weapon. When we spend money in our communities, it multiplies our strength and our power. But imagine if we took it beyond our own communities and even the nations that we live in, and we connected our black dollars globally. Coffee from Ethiopia, fashion from Lagos, jewelry from Kingston, technology from Atlanta. If we circulate black dollars across borders, our economy will become unstoppable. That's why bots and trolls push fake beef about black businesses, like African hair braiding shops or the Essence Festival. They want you arguing online instead of supporting black-owned businesses, shops, and institutions. Digital literacy means knowing when content is designed to distract you. If an account is pushing messaging saying not to support a black business or any black member of the diaspora, ask yourself why. Ask yourself, is this even real? Or is it somebody paid to keep us divided? The solution is simple. Buy black, buy Pan-African, buy diaspora.
But the black dollar, that 1.7 trillion, it includes you, it includes me, it includes Haitians, Jamaicans, Guyanese, Trinidad, Africans from Africa, anyone that checks the black box. We are all one. And that's how they come up with the sum of $1.7 trillion, because we are all here. And they do not differentiate between what kind of black you are. And 9 out of 10, your census person will not ask you, are you black? I never had my census lady ask me that. She came, she sat in my house. Some of the demographics she knew because she knows my address. She just came in. She will look at me. Okay, this bitch look black to me. Check black. So she's not going to ask me questions that she may deem obvious. And then she has to hustle through her job because she knows we are impatient. So she's got to get those questions answered and then move on to the next house. And she tries to spend as little time as possible. And that's how that $1 trillion came up. It's not just black American people. It is everyone who ticks the black box.
Build independent. Tag a black African diaspora-owned business. Any black person, any black-owned business from anywhere in the African diaspora, so we can all follow and support as a Pan-African family.
Every other race is getting the benefit from our dollars and building economic wealth for their communities at our expense. Those days are over. We are taking that $1.5 trillion for ourselves. Of course, we need to support black-owned businesses, but our unity is going to bring back this money into our control.
I'm going to give you one simple example how powerful the black community in America is. Just retail spending power. That coin, that money is power. Now look at this. Right here on top of Google, the African American population, yes, historically held an extremely powerful position in the retail marketplace. Look at this. You guys, the black community, known to drive trends across food, beauty, media, and more. Okay, this is just one aspect of black power. Look at this. The projected reach by 2024 is 1.8 trillion. That's a T, y'all. $1.8 trillion. trillion. Blacks in America, yes, African Americans, they can create or destroy any company in the United States of America if they wanted to, if they acted collectively. $1.8 trillion is no freaking joke.
Black money, black people's dollar is more powerful than we ever thought, literally.
And right now, we got to let our children know that not only do Black lives matter, Black fraternities and sororities matter, Black history matter, Black communities matter, Black lawyers matter, Black doctors matter, Black accountants matter, Black restaurants matter. We got to support everything Black to keep our Black dollar in our community as long as we can, so we can give our children generational wealth.
Do you know that, and you should know that we spend the most than any other group out there? I've already said that. But do you know that when we pull our dollars and try to circulate them amongst Black businesses, that those other businesses that we've been spending our money with will starve? They will literally starve. And if you don't believe me, look back in history at the Montgomery bus boycott. What happened there after a year? What happened there after a year? So I'm saying this to say that there is power, so much power in our money. And the sad part about it is you don't even see it. You don't even see it. Do your research. Understand that we're filtering so much money out here into this economy. Black dollars is what I'm saying. We pull those Black dollars out, baby, they'll try to figure out something else to come up with to keep you from supporting your Black businesses. And hopefully you won't fall for the okie doke.
For the Black community, the same approach can bring real change when successful individuals reinvest into their own neighborhoods, mentor others, and create opportunities for the next generation. That's how community wealth is built. It's not just about having money, it's about using it strategically to strengthen the foundation of the community. However, unity alone isn't enough. If the goal is to make buying Black the norm, then Black-owned businesses must also rise to the standard that earns long-term loyalty. That means keeping prices fair and competitive. It means offering excellent customer service, professionalism, and consistency, because when customers see quality, value, and respect, they'll return and they'll bring others with them. There have been viral videos showing immigrants or outsiders harassing Black Americans in their own neighborhoods, sometimes even threatening to call the police because they can't believe a Black person can afford to live in a wealthy area. Moments like this reflect how deeply economic perception influences respect. When a people are seen as powerless financially, they are often disrespected socially. If the community supports its own while maintaining strong business ethics, the Black dollar will begin to circulate longer, and that's when true economic power begins to form. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next one.